All right. Next, we have DF2000879 Thornhill. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. So is this the motion for enforcement filed July 3rd of 2025?
Yes, and
So you filed it.
yes, ma'am.
Could you all switch so I don't get you mixed up? Thank you. Okay. All right. Mr. Thornhill, you were saying?
Yes, ma'am. I like to show that the obligation for fulfillment for Miss Bryant to watch the boys was unfulfilled, as declared by the divorce decree October 7th, 2020. We have an agreement for 50-50 joint managing custody where it's 1 week on, 1 week off, but it's several instances where Miss Bryant was not fulfilling her obligation.
When you say fulfilling obligation,
she did not
bringing it.
She did not take custody of the boys. I was watching them on her designated weeks. She was out of town.
Okay.
And I like to ask the court, can the court admit the evidence to, may I admit the evidence to the courts that was admitted Thursday with Miss Lee?
Okay. So before we get there, because you filed a motion for enforcement.
Yes, ma'am.
So a motion for enforcement is a very technical motion, right? So it's pretty much where you're saying in the original underlying order, and I'm saying this to both of you because both of you have a right to file one, okay? In the underlying order, you're alleging that something was violated.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when you allege that, it has to be very specific so specific in that she is on notice of what your allegations are. And I've taken a look at your motion and it's not specific to tell her what she actually violated. So let me give you an example. It says on number, it's not numbered. So are you looking at your enforcement?
Well, this morning.
You filed another one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I can't entertain the one you just filed this morning because she's entitled to notice. You all were in here for the last case and he said that he needed 3 days notice.
No.
Well, the last case, yes. Okay, so when you file something on the morning of, you can't bring it to court the morning of.
Right.
With you filing an enforcement and asking for contempt, she's entitled to 10 days notice. So today would be her first day on what you just filed today. Did you give her a copy of it?
May I give it now?
You can give her a copy of it. However, with you asking for contempt, you have to get her personally served. You can give it to her so she can see it, but she still has to be personally served. Okay. So I'm letting the record reflect that I'm sorry. I'll go on the record and make sure I say that you've tendered a copy to her. So as I was saying, if you go to page 2 of not that one, ma'am, it's the other one he filed, the original. Do you have that one?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll give you an opportunity to take that out. Hi, Attorney Dale. How are you?
Good morning, Judge.
Good. Are you here on this case?
No, Judge. 10 a.m. Castillo. I hurried over from another court.
Okay.
So I can go in the back and get on Zoom.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in the waiting room.
Okay.
So, yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you can use either conference room.
Okay, I have it.
Okay, so turn to page 2. Right above number 7, it says, it is ordered that Cecilia Thornhill stay within the geographic restriction for residents and school attended for the minor children. Is it Cairo or Cairo? Cairo. Beautiful names.
Thank you.
I love the names. Cairo Landon Thornhill and Egypt Nasir Thornhill. Yes. Okay, so when you say that, you have to say specifically what she did to violate that. So, I mean, I can't say too much without giving you legal advice, but you have to say what she did to violate that, right? And then on number 7, it says on date. You have to actually
the date.
Yes, it has to be very specific. Otherwise, if it's not specific, like you all just seen in that last case, the attorney filed a motion to dismiss, special exceptions. These motions are so technical, they get kicked out a lot just because they're not specific enough. And it's nothing against you all that are filing it. It's just because contempt is quasi-criminal where someone could potentially go to jail behind it. You have to make sure you follow it to the T. Because if I incarcerate someone and I'm not supposed to, I violated their rights and I can get. Does that make sense? So with that, what you're going to have to do, Mr. Thornhill, you're going to have to actually replead and say specifically what she's done. Because as of right now, the way the law is written, she's not on any notice of any violations. Even if you read number 8, it says she failed to comply with the order. Cecilia Thornhill has violated several stipulations. You have to say what those are. Enroll the minors in a school outside of the geographic restrictions.
Specific.
You know what I mean? And then also has been neglected to take responsibility or care of the minors. The petitioner has taken responsibility for minors while respondent is out of town. Respondent has also committed perjury about not being served when records show that she cited that she has. So a couple of things. One, you don't violate the order if you don't pick your kids up. You violate the order if it's your turn to have the kids and they're not given to you, right? That's a violation. If she's out of town, and I'm not saying it's right? I wouldn't want any parent to feel like they're picking up the slack for the other parents. So I would encourage both of you to pick up your kids like you're supposed to. But if one or both of you decide, I'm not exercising my possession this week, you don't have to. I would just encourage you when you do that, communicate to each other ahead of time. Hey, I'm going to be out of town. I'm not going to be able to get the boys this week. I'm going to be out of town. Do you have something to do? If he has something to do, make other arrangements to make sure that someone is watching the boys. And whoever the arrangement is going to be with, make sure he knows who they are.
Can I respond to that?
Hold on.
Okay.
I don't want it to get in a back and forth, right? Because I'm not here to counsel you all per se. I just want to make sure that you understand your rights and duties under the order. Okay. Now, not attacking him. What is it you want to say?
To you.
Okay.
There has always been an arrangement made. Whenever I go out of town, it's not to just go out of town. It's always for work. Because at the time I was a catastrophe adjuster. So I would go to different states to adjust claims in that state. And this last particular time that he's talking about, I talked to him, he agreed, and I dropped the kids off to him before I went. So it was never like I just left. It's never been that. Okay. And then he even gave evidence of me sending him money for those weeks that he kept them for me.
Okay, but you understand his concern, right? He want week on, week off. That's a lot of time to have a kid, especially on the other person's weekend, right?
Yeah.
So you understand his concern.
No, I understand that we're in court, but there's no concern truly because these are things he agreed to before I even left.
Did you agree to that?
No.
I have the.
Hold on, I heard from you. Let me hear from him. Go ahead.
So on a particular instance, she had left without me being notified, and I was denied my first right of refusal. She had her sister watching them. And then I found out from the boys that she's out of town and their aunt was watching. And then, of course, I'm going to agree to get them. But may I ask a question?
Yes. While you're here, I want both of you to ask all the questions that you have, and I can answer them with, as long as they're not legal advice. If it's, process, legal, I would rather you ask while you're here than to walk out and not know or understand. Go ahead.
With the enforcement, I have up until 2 years after the boys are 18 to bring my case. Is that true?
For possession and access.
Yes, that's what I'm asking.
Yes.
So I do have grounds because I'm just asking, if we agree to an obligation and it's signed by us and sealed by the court, we have to abide by what the court says, correct?
Yes, but I also want to say this though. This was an agreement between y'all.
No.
The agreed judgment, the decree.
Yes.
So the underlying order was an agreement between you all. Life changes, okay? You all can agree to something different if you want to. The court order is just there in the event there is a disagreement. So you all have at least a baseline to go on, right? But in the event that you all want to say, hey, we're going to move away from that, you can do it. Mm-hmm. And I actually encourage you all to do that because these are your boys. You don't want me to tell you what to do with your boys because I don't want anyone telling me what to do with my son or my daughter.
My whole notion for coming to court is if I'm the parent that has the children the majority of the time, I should be the custodian if I'm having them the majority of the time anyway.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
If I'm spending resources of mine that she'll decide or not decide to get to me depending on a situation or mood, that's my overall outcome, is to be the custodial because I have taken on the responsibilities for the time. So everything that comes with that, choosing what school they go to, because the school is not a school they should,
And how old are they? 10 or 9?
9 and 12.
9 and 12. Okay.
And also this is a time before she had said she was going to give me custody because they were acting up in school. And statistically, we understand how fathers can raise children versus, the mother when it comes to discipline. So, and that was reneged on. So I'm just doing what's in best interest for the boys as far as their behavior, as far as the school they go to. And if I'm the one doing the majority of the work, because as time has shown, I have had them in duration longer than Ms. Bryant, but we have 50-50 custody. I should have everything that comes with that. The tax benefit that I don't get anything of, it's 50-50 custody. We have 2 children, but she gets both tax benefits. And I'm the one keeping them the majority of the time and doing the majority of the duties of their upkeep. But yet she has all the benefits. She gets to pick the school. She gets the benefits. And that is unjust because she's going against what we agreed on and what the state specified. So that's my overall outcome, is to just point out the inconsistencies of Ms. Bryant, where I haven't been absent. I've been here since day one, since they dropped. So
Your Honor, that's correct.
Okay, so
I understand, like, for example, I have to specify in specificity, like on August 1st, 2021 through August, the defendant was not present to take on the kids. You're talking about that specific.
Yes, but let me also say this, because if I'm hearing you correctly, what you're trying to do is change the underlying order so you can get what it is that you're requesting.
Oh, both. I want both, the enforcement and what I'm requesting.
Okay, so the enforcement with what you're wanting to happen, the enforcement wouldn't necessarily get you there. Okay. You would want to modify the order, and both of you have the right to modify an order. Like I said earlier, life changes, circumstances changes, kids grow up, they get older, they get involved in activities. You may want to put them in private school versus public school. Like, all those things are going to happen. And when it does, either of you can request that modification. You can file a motion to the court, get the other person properly served, get it set to have a hearing. And then you would let us determine what's in the best interest of the child, or children in this case, based on what you're saying. So that's what you would be asking for. And ma'am, you can ask for a modification too.
Okay.
However, let me just reiterate this. These are your boys. Mm-hmm. These are your boys. So the more that you all can come to an agreement based on their best interests, where they're at right now, that's always going to work better for them than a court intervening and telling you what to do. Because if I have to get in it, my associate judge has to get in it, we're going to go based off of the evidence. And evidence is also testimonial too, right? And in this case, your oldest child is 12.
Mm-hmm.
He is able to speak to us. Well, it's two-pronged. So the law says that at the age of 12, we're required to talk to him. And we take into consideration what he says, but it also has to be in his best interest. Mm-hmm. And we take those interviews very, very seriously. And if we make a decision based on the things that we're hearing and the things that you all are talking about, it may be a decision that neither one of you like. And you may walk out of here more disappointed than when you walked in. So I said all that to say, as best you can, co-parent, try to figure out what it is these boys need. Now, if that does not work, it absolutely is like, I'm not budging, I don't care, I'm not doing it. Then in that situation, you come to court. But I would just recommend you don't do it prematurely. Like, actually give it a good faith go to try to work it out. And both of you keep smiling at me. Both of you keep grinning at me. And and I know what you're probably thinking, like, oh, he's not going to listen. Oh, she's not going to listen. Somebody has to listen, because Cairo and Egypt, they don't, at the end of the day, they do not care about any disagreements you all are going to have. They just want you all to get it right. It's parenting. It's hard. Trust me. Oh my gosh. I could go on all day to tell you how hard it is raising a 16-year-old boy and a 6-year-old girl. Oh, wow. It is difficult. Parenting is one of the, when you're a present parent, it is hard. So I can understand everything about you all not wanting to work together. It's hard. Sometimes the boys are acting up, and because I know they're going to get on your nerves. I know they're going to get on your nerves at some point. They do. They're kids. Probably don't. It probably doesn't get on your nerves as much because you're a guy. But it may get on her nerves a little different. You may be a little bit more tolerant, like I said, because you are a guy. But because of that, y'all have to work together. Try to work together. That's all I can ask you to do. Try to work together to see what you can come up with. You two have a conversation. Then have a conversation with your sons. All 4 of you have a conversation. This is your family. Your family. If it does not work, then come to court.
We'll be back in here.
Then come to court. Modification.
So you're saying you don't want to try even a
I definitely want to, but it's not about that. It's about control with you.
Well, I'm going to control both of you right now. And I'm going to say, I want to see the 2 of you try to work together. And guess what? Y'all are here. I have 2 conference rooms out there. You can start right here. I don't know how much time you have. I mean, I'm not holding you hostage. But while you're here, talk. Get a piece of paper. Y'all need a piece of paper? No. Y'all need a piece of paper?
I have paper.
I'm so serious. You know what? Y'all gonna use my paper. Here, you come get this. Mr. Thornhill. Oops, I'm sorry. Here. You need a longer piece of paper. Come on. You're welcome. I need the 2 of you to go in that conference room and talk. Y'all go in that conference room and have a conversation. Try to see what agreement you can come up with. And you can get as creative as you want to. If you all just, it's week on, week off. If you say we want to do 3 months on, 3 months off, 6 months on, 6 months off, let him choose the schools. If he believes they need to be in a better school, you all can come to any agreement you want to. Talk, please.
I will.
Can y'all do that for me while you're here?
I agree.
When it comes to, I gotta specify something.
Okay, go ahead.
A lot of times men have responsibility with no authority, and that's the official definition of slavery. So if I don't have any authority, I'm stating a factual statement.
What do you mean by authority?
Being able to decide what direction the car is being driven. 2 people can't drive 1 car. So when she said it's about control with me, I will admit yes, because I have shown that I make the proper decisions for the boys, for myself, and for the betterment of my family.
Mm-hmm.
So there has to be a head, there has to be an authority, there has to be someone that does have control. We can talk about it, but at the end of the day, it has to be one person with the decision and the other person has to cooperate. With the co-parent, it has to cooperate. But if it's just she wants to do her thing, I want to do my thing, we'll be back. So with the statement that you said, that is exactly what is needed because you have had control. You have had the choice on what school they go to, where they live, and everything that comes with that.
Where they live with you as well.
No, I'm saying on paper. So I'm saying, since you have left them to me 3 times before the divorce, you left
So
them.
why are you even counting that? We were
Because it was 3 times that you left them with me.
Well, I went to work.
Are you hearing him though?
I understand.
I hear what he's saying.
Okay, so you all need to talk because what I'm hearing is not that he want to control you and tell you what to do.
Oh, because you don't know him.
No, I
don't know either one of you.
She's right.
So I don't know either one of you. What I'm saying is, just like you have valid concerns, that's a valid concern. Y'all need to have a conversation.
And I agree to it.
Seriously, have a conversation, but don't just, and I'm saying this to both of you, don't hear each other out for the sake of trying to respond. Hear each other out for what is not being said, because he just said a lot right then.
He always says a lot. I get
no,
it.
not like that.
No. I know what you mean.
Yeah, he said a lot. Just, you understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but I haven't said anything, so you don't really know my side. We have,
I don't want you to think. Let me say this: I don't want either of you to think that I'm taking anybody's side.
Right.
I don't want you to think that. I don't have a dog in this fight. Mm-hmm. Cairo and Egypt are the only 2 people that matter in this situation. Mm-hmm. Your feelings don't matter. His feelings doesn't matter.
I agree.
It is the boys. So if you put aside how you all feel about each other, what failed in your marriage, and you strictly only think about them, you will see things a lot clearer. Trust me, I was a single parent for 9 years. You will see things a lot clearer. And I can tell you, the person I am today, I didn't see it back then. But now that my son is 16, I see it. And I see some things that I could have done different. And if I had been more open to things, my actions back then would have been a lot different. Yes, ma'am.
I agree with you, and I'm actually very open. I'm open-minded. That's why he even said that at a point I was going to allow the boys to come with and live with him. But when I've learned basically the teachings that he's giving them and the way he's steering their mind, since he is the driver, that's not something that I agreed with or that I agree with. So that's why I haven't given him the driver's seat, because he feels like women are inferior to men. And he's teaching my boys that he also, I'm talking.
Let us speak. I'll let you speak.
And he also has taught them that Black women are the lowest level of women and they should not deal with Black women.
That's a straight up lie.
That is 100% what my children told me. Okay. And that's not the only thing. It's been several things where he doesn't have the boys in our best interest. Like, I put them in football. They begged me to be in football. I put them in it because he doesn't agree. Because he literally told me and told the boys to tell me, because I'm the one that chose the team, he wasn't going to take them to any more practices. This was like towards the end of the year.
Fraudulent. He's just making stuff up. I took them.
They
have not missed a practice.
I'm not done. At their homecoming, he did not even let my Egypt get his awards. He snatched, as soon as the game was over, he snatched them from their celebration because he said it took too long. He was there too long. He said he was not taking them to any more practices. He held their football gear hostage. The team mom had to call him to even get the football gear because he wouldn't give it back to me. So there are several things where it sounds good, but in reality, it's strictly about doing what he wants to do. It's never been a compromise. Because when I was out of town working and I asked him, hey, can you put the boys in football? He said, I'll see if I have the time. I said, I'll pay for everything. You don't have to worry about it. I'll pay for it. Because when I do go on deployment, I make good money. He never put them in.
Are they still in football?
No, the season is over.
Okay. Are they going to be in football again?
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. See, and that's the thing. I don't want either of you to feel like you have to defend yourself.
But
because I'm hearing
me, I have to defend my.
No, but you don't. You don't. Neither one of you have to defend yourselves.
If I was to accuse her of the factual things that are on paper, she would be in an uproar and have an excuse for it.
And you know what? That may be true. Here's the deal though. This isn't a hearing. This is just me choosing to hear you all out, because with you filing this enforcement, that tells me you have a concern. Mm-hmm. And with you filing the enforcement and it's not correct and it's not proper, at least while you all are here, I want to explain to you what your rights are under the order. Like I said, at the end of the day, these are your boys. You both get to decide the rearing of them. You're not going to always like what the other person does. And this is what I want you to put on paper. Whatever it is she wants from you or you want from him, you have to ask yourself, even if that other parent is doing something that I don't necessarily agree with, is it illegal? Is it something immoral? Is it something harmful to their psyche? Is it harmful to them spiritually, emotionally? And then you gotta be careful with that, because if you all are different religions or you believe in something totally different, you have to be willing to co-parent with that other person and voice your concerns in a way that is not accusatory, because the boys are seeing, hear me out, the boys are seeing the disagreement. And as they get older, trust me, they're going to see who the problem is. Mm-hmm. Something you said, I want to encourage both of you not to ever do this. Stop talking to these boys and telling them to say, your daddy said this or your mama said, stop doing that.
Yes.
Stop doing that. Both of you, stop doing it.
I don't do it. I'm sorry.
Both of you, do not do that. You're not making the situation any easier when you do that. These boys need both their parents. They need their mama. They need their daddy. They need both of you, and they need both of y'all to get along. You do not have to like each other. You do not have to agree with what the other person is doing. And to be quite honest with you, I want to applaud both of you for being good parents, because if this is the concern that you all have, you're in pretty good shape. Because
addressed them.
No. What I'm saying, concerns, let me tell you the concerns that I see that are big concerns. Kids getting abused physically. And
that's happened.
Hear me out.
See,
when I say abuse, I'm talking about CPS intervention, where they're in this courtroom taking the kids from both of you. That's not why you all are in front of me.
CPS has been called from her.
That's not what I said. Calling CPS is different. Hold on. Calling CPS is different from CPS intervening. There are situations, I have cases on my docket right now where CPS is the custodian of children because the situation in the home is that bad. You all are not there. And I'm not minimizing either of your concerns. I'm just saying that you all are great parents. These boys are healthy. You haven't come in here and said anything about having, you think of the worst, the things that you see on Facebook or on social media, or you read in the paper, kids having lice, kids having all of these maggots in their home, no food in the refrigerator. Neither one of you have come in here and said that is what you are dealing with. So because of that, you all are great parents from where I'm sitting. You're great parents. I just want you to be better parents.
May I speak?
I'm not going to speak to either one of you anymore because I don't want you to feel like you have to prove anything to me.
But she made
No,
she made erroneous allegations.
She may have, but you telling me it's not going to change my opinion of you. I'll see great parents.
But that's the thing. It has been time when they haven't been fed. It has been time when they have been abused.
Okay.
It has been time. I just haven't been able to speak on it. But she has abused them. She has had it to where I had to order DoorDash because there was no food in the house. My sons be telling me they have to make their own food because she just will not. So when you say that we're great parents,
y'all are great parents.
You're going to have to.
You're both great parents.
If I was to comb through the practices and even with her partner abusing the children, and it's just going to be steady unaccountability. She didn't do absolutely nothing ever.
Here's the deal. You all have come in here and you put me all in your business. Mm-hmm. So since you put me in your business, I'm going to stay in your business. And I'm telling you right now, you all are going to go out there and you're going to have a hard conversation. I give you 30 minutes, but you need to report back because I need to hear some progress. Even if it's one step, I need to hear some progress.
It can be 5 minutes. It can be 2 minutes.
No, it's going to be 30 minutes. It's going to be 30 minutes because that gives you all plenty of time to come to at least one agreement. At least one.
There's only one to come to.
Hear me out. One agree, and it's not one because it's two of you. If you were the only parent, this would be an easy decision. If you were the only parent, you hear his concern, okay? Here's at the end of the day, it's two of you, so it's not one decision. And hold on, I don't need to hear from either one of you anymore. It's two of you. Both of you are going to have to compromise. Both of you are going to have to give up something because that's what a compromise is. No, both parties are going to be happy when it comes to parenting. Put yourself to the side and do what's in the best interest of these kids and come to some agreements. Do you all need your original court order so you can start from there and see what you all want to change from there? Because you can get as creative as you want to with what you want to do. Do y'all need that? I can print it for you.
I don't need it. If he needs it, I don't.
You need a copy of it?
Change anything.
You need a copy of it? Hold on. Do you need a copy of it?
No, I know exactly what I was.
Okay, hold on. Do you need a copy of it?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'm going to make I'm gonna print one out for you anyway, Mr. Thornhill, because I need you all to look over this, like give it a good look. Because for you, it may just be one thing right now, but when you actually look at this, you may say, you know what? I might want to change that too. And in 30 minutes, you all have the opportunity to talk about it. Because we're not walking out of here today without you two having a conversation to do what's going to be in the best interest of these boys.
We don't know how to have a conversation.
Well, you know what? We're going to learn today because I have time. I have other cases that I'll get to in between that. We have time. You all showed up today. So obviously you needed my help in some form or fashion. So I'm going to give it to you. Why isn't this printed? It is on. There we go. And now that I think about it, the law has changed. So this order that you all have of 2020, the law has changed quite a bit since then. So now there's a specific right that's separate from the person who determines the primary residence. It doesn't logically follow that the person who determines the educational decisions is the person who the kids live with primarily. That can be two different people, or it can be one person. And I said that for a reason. All right. So.
Quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
So is this case thrown out and a new one is starting or?
No. Nope. So,
my apologies.
Okay. No, it's not thrown out. So his enforcement, we can't proceed today on it more so because of technicalities. Mm-hmm. But while you're here, I'm taking it upon myself to make sure that you all have a conversation because I do not want these boys to spend the remaining years of their life tied up in court. And I've seen it happen. I've been on the bench 3 years and some kids have literally grown up in court. The cases I've seen, They started as young as months old, and now they're 13, 14, 15. Could you imagine your parents not getting along for all those years? I don't want that to happen with 9 and 12. They need to have good memories. If all the memories they have of you both is fighting each other and being tied up in court, that's what's going to set them up to not be effective adults more than any experience, because you two are their first teachers. You're the first woman they'll ever love. You're the first man that they'll ever trust. So here's your copy. Here's your copy. Take that piece of paper that I gave you. Write down on one side. I need you to write down, and y'all have to listen to this because I'm giving you very specific instructions. Make a line down the middle of that paper. What your wants are. But read that first, because you're going to have more than one want. Trust me. When you start reading what's in that court order, write down on one side what are your wants. On the other side, you need to write down what you're willing to give up, because it's a compromise. If you want for the boys to live primarily with you, you have to also say what you're willing to give up on that other column. If you read the order first, you may change your mind. If you say that you want the boys to live with you, or they can live with daddy, but you also want to give this up, you all going to have to come to an agreement. I need to see something. So it is 10:36. You have 30 minutes. If you need to come back in here before then, just peek in here, give my bailiff's attention, and he'll bring you all back in here. Y'all took off work today? Y'all free? Oh, you already went to work? What about you? Oh, so y'all have time too. Okay, so go ahead and go in the conference room. Sure, you need a pen. Well, he probably already had one. Okay.
This answered your question.
My question was, did you need a pen?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Whichever conference room is open, you all can go in that one. Good morning, counsel.
Good morning. I'm actually a paralegal for Courtroom.
Oh, nice to meet. What's your name?
Lyndon.
Lyndon. Nice to meet you, Lyndon. You're welcome. Yeah, you can. And Arnell, they're going to go into one of the conference rooms that's open.
Yeah, they're getting married, so I'm gonna put them up here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do.
To the individual ones that I submitted.
They were sent, it definitely wasn't 30 though.
Okay.
Yeah, it was sent. I see where it was rejected, and I was hoping I could just click on the.
You might have to do multiple emails. So if you want to do like 10 at a time, or maybe even less than 10 at a time, to send multiple emails, that works too. I just want to make sure I have all of them before I go on the record and stipulate to them.
Right. Me. I am computer illiterate, so let me.
All right. And I'll be right back with you all. Thornhill, you all may come up. No. Y'all come up here. Come up here. Bring your stuff. Do y'all have any good news for me? Not even a little? Not one thing? Okay. All right.
I'm not gonna be insulted because you think it's your tongue thing. Now you're gonna say insulted.
I keep getting cut off. You see the attitude,
So let me ask this. How do y'all talk to each other in front of your boys? Y'all don't talk at all?
I get about 4 or 5 words off.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this question, because like I told you, you all do not have a case pending right now in front of me. All right. I remember you saying that. Would you?
It does not sacrifice anything. As you said, she would have to be on something. She doesn't want me to do what she's already left me to do with the boys. She's left the boys with 3 times in totality. But it's her that wants to keep the control for. She said, because she doesn't trust me if I try to get her to articulate exactly what it is, but she cannot. She'll bring up.
Hold on. Let him speak. Keep talking. Hold on 1 second.
It's just an example. Anything getting big with, she gotta come in because she understands that she doesn't have ground about articulate.
Okay, stop right there. Go ahead.
It's not true. I just don't listen to it. several things that he's done.
When you say trust him, are you what y'all have to be specific because I wasn't in the room talking to y'all. Didn't I let hold on. I let you speak. Right, because I don't want either of you to keep talking. I have to hear both. I don't have to hear all of your side, but I just needed to hear one little piece about how you felt about what she wasn't doing. And you said
Speak more because this is my case that I brought up.
You don't have a case. We had this. Hold on. You do not have a case. What you filed, I said it. It was improper. And this, what I'm doing, I do not have to do it. I just want to make sure both of you understand that. But because you're here, I'm doing it. And I'm doing it because I care about Cairo and Egypt. So when you say that let me ask this. What did he ask you for?
Custodial.
For the kids to live with him primarily?
Oh, in this room?
No,
Yes.
that's what he asked for. What is your opposition to that?
I don't want that. I want time with my kids. I want the joint custody, and I don't trust.
Okay, so hold on. Let me walk, because y'all both say a lot, and I got to make sure I say something at each point. Joint custody won't change. You both will be joint managing conservators, okay? That's by law. Unless there is an issue that I find that it is not in their best interest, and to get sole custody, I mean, it's a high burden. You all are joint managing conservators right now.
That's a misunderstanding.
Okay, that's not changing.
It could still be 50-50, but I get to choose what school they go to.
Okay, so you listen, what he just said, y'all are joint managing conservators. That's not going to change. Right now, you're the primary parent that determines the primary residence. Is that what you're asking for? Just yes or no? Okay. And you said your opposition to that, right? Does your opposition have anything to do with him potentially harming the kids? That's a yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. When I say, let me be more specific when I say harm, okay? Because both of y'all are parents. And your opinions of how you all parent I'm not asking you to do anything perfect. What I'm saying is harm. Do you think he would potentially let your kids be placed in danger? Okay. Do you believe that he does not care about their education? What school do they currently go to? What school do you want them to go to? Nope. What school do you want them to go to? Okay.
It was the incident that happened across the street from the suburb. And,
So what school?
A school with more diverse cultures.
What school?
Oh, it could be a Grapevine, Propel, Carrollton.
Where do you live?
So
Where do you live? Y'all live far from each other. Okay, so that's gonna be where the rubber meets the road first. Now, aside from who gets to determine their primary residence, wherever they live, that's where they have to go to school. You have to be able to tell her what school you want to put them in. This is where the co-parenting has to come in, right? She would need to know, just like I would need to know. You couldn't come in here and say, Judge, I want them in a different school outside of Faith. But when I ask you what school, you don't have that to tell me. You have to be ready to tell me, hear me out. You have to be ready to tell me, Judge, these are the schools that I'm looking at least 3, so you can give them to her. And these are the reasons why I want them in these schools versus Faith. Okay? So before you all can even talk about that, before she can even agree to that, before you can even present it to her, you have to have some already lined out to say why these particular schools would be better. No, I just asked you which schools.
It's very recent.
I got that. But listen to what you're saying though. What schools, not the location, which schools? I need the names.
Either.
And that's, hold on, you can't move. So let me ask this question. Those schools in those areas, how would they go if neither one of you lived there?
Just specifically to have them in a better school district because.
Okay, so when are you going to move?
Because the only reason I'm at where I'm at is because the situation is as it is. But when I get custodial, then I'll still talk to like, hey, this is what I'm looking at because of the collegiate and scholastic.
I would recommend you do that first. Because remember, you just said that you were going to file a modification. When you file a modification, it's a material and substantial change that has occurred since the order was entered. We can't do anything in law based on something that may happen in the future. It has to be here today. And as of today, neither one of you live where you just mentioned you want these kids to go to school. Neither one of you do. There hasn't been any research done for a specific school. Now, you may talk about districts, right? But the specific school, I would already need to know that. I would need to know everything about these boys. Like, do they have a learning disability? Do they have testing anxiety? Like, what about this particular school or these particular schools that is going to be better for these boys over faith? Because even though you may want something and you may want something, because you all put me in your business, if I don't feel that needs to change, it will stay the same. And if I believe nothing needs to change, it needs to stay the same, you two got to figure out a way to make it work. Now, ask me a question without accusing him of anything. Okay, go ahead. There is nothing new per se. I don't. Nothing is here right now. But what I would encourage you all to do, obviously, that attempt today didn't work to get you all to mediate, which is fine, because I just said something very key to the both of you. Yes. So before you can even come to court, the law says material and substantial change since the order was entered.
The original order.
The original order. If that threshold has not been met by law, I can't do anything that you want me to do. So that's why I am encouraging you, before you go there, put some things in place. Because once things are put in place, conversations can be had, but you can't put the cart before the horse.
I don't want to be insulted.
You're not going to insult. You're not going to talk. You're not going to do something. You're not going to do something. Like, I could sit here all day and tell you all what you're not going to do. But you all are grown. Y'all have to figure this out. You don't need to come see. I know y'all want to come see me. I know y'all want to come see me. You know, she a cool judge. She listen. And if I know, I get it, right? But at the end of the day, I don't want y'all to come down here and see me. Because if you come down here and see me, it's a serious matter. And I have to do what the law says that I can do. Although I have discretion, I cannot violate the law. So this is something else I would ask you all to do. There is no case pending right now for a modification. Nothing. I can't order you all to do anything. But if you all would agree to set up mediation, I can give you the name of a mediator or a couple of names of mediators that I believe that's going to pull you two together at some point, because they don't play. Are you open to mediation? What did I ask? Let me make sure she answered it. What is it that you don't trust about giving him the right to designate the boys' school without accusing him of anything? I'm asking a very specific question. Don't accuse him of nothing. Tell me, what is the hang up with you not giving him the right to designate the school that these boys go to?
Of everyone.
But everybody doesn't matter. Remember, Cairo and Egypt. So when in regards to them, what is your hang up with giving him the right to designate their schools.
Hang up because I don't know what school he wants.
And that's fair. No, she did answer it. It's just not what you want to hear. That's fair because I said that. Okay, DeSoto. You have an issue with DeSoto. And that's fair too. Both of you make very fair points.
But as she said before, stuff that happens at all. It was the school they go at now. Our oldest son was in a big fight that I have camera at the McDonald's, and it's very dangerous.
Is that what the huge part of this?
Okay, so look. And I went to Carter. And here's the deal. I homeschool this one. I homeschool. So trust me, both of you have very valid concerns. I get it. So
When it comes to
hold on. I don't want us to move backwards. She said yes. Are you open to mediation? Okay. Can y'all do me a favor and look at your calendars and see how soon you can do a mediation? Okay.
he still didn't answer what she doesn't trust about. She just had an issue with the school that
Well, I think she did answer. She didn't have anything about you, their education. We got it. No. I mean, in terms of when I asked that question, I was saying, do you not trust that he would do what's in their best interest in regards to their education? Again, hold on. Again, let me be even more specific. Do you believe he won't take them to school? Okay, do you believe that if there's a concern with the school, he's not going to go up there and do what he needs to do? Okay, hold on. Okay. Do y'all want my intervention or not? Okay, then y'all gonna have to stop talking. Listen, hold on. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The boys. Mr. Thornhill. Miss Thorn. Are you still Thornhill?
Yes.
Miss Thornhill. Stop. The boys. We're talking about the boys. At the end of the day, she does not have a problem in thinking that you're not going to do what's in the best interest to these boys as it relates to their education. That in itself, now, like I said, parenting may be an issue, but at the end of the day, are these boys getting to school? Are these boys getting what they need at school? Are they flunking? If they are flunking, do you think that he won't do what he needs to do to make sure that the boys get what they need? If they got to go to tutoring, whatever the case may be. I'm not hearing anything like that. So let me just say, because I'm not hearing anything like that already, I have to believe that he will do the right thing. Hold on. I didn't ask you to speak. I'm just saying. Again, let me reiterate just in case y'all need to hear it again. You're both great parents. You are great parents. I will say that until I'm blue in the face. You are great parents. Stop tearing each other down. Don't do that. And definitely don't do it in front of me. Because, hold on, I don't need either one of you to speak right now. Let me just get some dates. Hold on.
27, 28, 29, 30.
The only way that you all are going to be able to be better parents is if you start fresh today. We're starting. Okay. Yeah. Make sure the boys are okay. Hold on. I can't talk to you without her. So hold on.
Yeah. Give me 30 minutes.
Everything okay?
He hurt his neck. He said he flipped wrong. He ain't cussed about.
Okay. So y'all both about to take it. Oh, that wasn't my question. Stop. Stop. Both of y'all are doing that. It is not. Hold on. But that's the thing. Y'all do not have to do that. I don't know how much I'm going to have every time. I don't know how I'm going to reiterate that. You all cannot throw daggers at each other. That pettiness has to be let go. And you both have done it in here. That is not. Yes, you have. What did you say about that tax return? Stop. No, stop. I don't want to hear it. No. What I'm saying is that you said it. It's petty. I don't care. I do not care. I do not care. At the end of the day, you all are not going to be able to be good parents if y'all can't even stop doing that. So if he need to go to the doctor, both of y'all go to the doctor. If something wrong with him, go now. Matter of fact, I'm about to release you so y'all can go take care of your son. Go ahead and send the email. I don't need it. I don't need it. How about I don't want it? I don't want it. Which baby was that? Egypt is hurt. Egypt needs to go to see a doctor. He probably needs to go to a physical therapist. Both of you need to go take care of your kid. Y'all are dismissed. Go handle that with Egypt. And make sure y'all tell him that I hope he's okay. And you gotta go because I can't talk to you without her. I'm not hearing nothing else. Y'all need to go to mediation. Y'all have a good day. Good morning.
Hey, what's going on?
Okay, so
Hey, Tony.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?